Good evening and welcome into West Prairie. Sorry, we're just a little bit late, a little bit of a transportation issue, but we are here now, ready to get this one underway here from Colchester as the Peoria Heights Patriots take on the West Prairie Cyclones. Here is a varsity-only girls basketball game here this evening. And, of course, a very, very busy week as we will be back in your ears Friday and 2 on Saturday. So stay tuned as we get all of those coming your way as we start to wrap into the February frenzy as regionals will start. And on we'll have Friday, the boys taking on Unity here from Colchester. And then Saturday, special presentation at 1 o'clock as a senior day. And then following that at 4 o'clock, it'll be a regional game, girls basketball regional, as the Cyclones are hosting Payson. So again, a very, very busy weekend here, at least on the West Prairie side of TSSR. And so glad you're alongside here this evening. And glad you can tune in with us as we'll get going here pretty quickly. As again, they a little bit of a cross-up for the Patriots as they came in here tonight, as they'll get ready to set things underway. And, of course, I'll do my other thing that I always do. All right. Ready, Mr. Weiner? Good evening and welcome to West Prairie Junior Senior High School for this evening's matchup between the Peoria Heights Patriots and your West Prairie Cyclones. At this time, gentlemen and ladies, please rise, remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem. And now the starting lineups. First for the visiting team on the scoreboard, wearing red, the Peoria Heights Patriots. Number 13, Jenna Harmon. Number 15, Braylon Ramsey. Number 23, Layla Burks. Number 24, Alyssa Quinn. And number 33, Sylvia Thornton. Patriots are coached by Derek Scott. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's time to meet the starting lineup for your West Prairie Cyclones. Number 2, Madeline Sullivan. Number 4, Madison McClure. Number 10, Josie Hodges. Number 21, Peyton McGrew. And number 24, Ashlyn Kelly. Cyclones are coached by Grant Bland, assisted by Lauren Powell, Michael Purdy, and Maddie Palmer. Officials tonight, Devin Raleigh, Christopher Bretz, and a belated happy birthday to Nick Knowles. All right, we're ready to get started here tonight as the Cyclones and the Peoria Heights Patriots ready here. Now I got all my other duties out of the way. And the tip's going to be controlled by Hodges and the Cyclones as they'll come right into the front court. And Hodges a little early to the dance and going to turn it over there. And now the Cyclones will put on a little pressure here, a little 1-2-2 zone press as they'll trigger it in. Ramsey triggers into Thornton. Thornton works it back now for Harmon. Harmon lobs it up, and they bring it up top to Thornton. She'll spot the three, high up in the air, little grazed the rim, and now Sullivan down with it. Sullivan's going to push it up the court, trying to attack Thornton. Right around her, up, in, and or good. Cyclones on the board first at 2-0. Steal on the inbounds by Sullivan, puts it up. Won't go, but a block and a foul. I believe that's going to be on Thornton. That'll be her first, be team out of bounds. They say it was on the floor. Josie Hodges looks to trigger it inbounds. Lob into Sullivan. Sullivan spot the three, no good. And the rebound pulled down inside as that was Brooks. Burks able to pull it down. Quickly trying to get it up to Thornton. Couldn't get it to her. Picked up by Sullivan and stolen away. But Sullivan threw it away, tipped out of bounds up by, they're going to say McClure tipped it out of bounds, so it'll stay with the Patriots. And now subbing in, number 10, Vanessa Menchaca. And out to Thornton. Thornton top of the key. Three is no good. Rebound tipped, and Sullivan's going to pull it down. Heads the other way, dribbles it up to the near side, holds on, and actually stopped. Nobody picked her up. Drains the sports corner three and makes it 5-0. Cyclones lead here, 6:50 mark of the first quarter. Into Menchaca. She'll bring it over to Thornton. Thornton will hold and wait, and then dump it off for Quinn. Quinn back to Thornton. And the work, Cyclones playing a little 1-3-1. Down in the corner, shot on the way, no good. Rebound tipped by Menchaca, and McGrew scoops it up. She'll head back the other way here as Sullivan right in the lane, tried to bounce down for Hodges. And Burke's able to tie her up. The Patriots ball, Braylon Ramsey bringing it in. All the way up, and McGrew steals it away from Thornton into Sullivan. She'll put it up, put it in, and good. Madeline Sullivan has a 7 spot on the board. In quickly, another steal by Sullivan. Sullivan spots it up, puts it on the way, short. Rebound, Hodges pulls it down, has it on the far side, as she'll put it on the dribble drive, come up to the path, into McGrew, and we've got a push and a foul. On the inside, that looks to be on Quinn. And we have a timeout, 30-second timeout on the way. Let's take this timeout on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
No interruption.
And back here, as Sullivan drives in, missed the shot, no good. And he'll stay here. Maybe just a little tighter. There we go. Hodges looks to trigger it inbounds. Lobs into Sullivan. Sullivan, as Burke's able to kind of tap it away there, down to Hodges. She'll shoot shot. A little hard off the rim, no good. And then Hodges pulls it back down on the offensive rebound to Sullivan. She'll shoot the three, won't go. And Thornton down with the rebound. To Quinn. Quinn trying to lob it up to Thornton. Stolen or tapped out of bounds by Hodges. It'll stay with Peoria Heights. Checking in is Ariana Sellner. Thornton looking to bring it inbounds. Brings it in the backcourt to Quinn. Bounce off the foot of Thornton. We've got a tie-up. Possession error, we'll say, West Prairie basketball. 7-0 lead here for the Cyclones. 5:11 mark of the first quarter of play. And it is a varsity-only contest. Sullivan dribbling down. 1-3-1 zone put on here by Peoria Heights. To McClure, corner three, no good. Rebound tip. McGrew out with it. Hodges shot on the way. It's no good, and the rebound out to Sullivan. Sullivan eyes it up. She'll pop the three. It won't go. And the rebound, Thornton. Thornton takes a dribble, in trouble trying to get out of there. And the count going. 5-second call, or actually timeout called by Peoria Heights. They'll step aside as well. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
My experience with McDonough District Hospital was amazing. I have a lot of allergies, complicated by nasal problems. And the procedure I had is Vive Air. Dr. Sparks was incredible.
The Vive Air procedure is a radiofrequency ablation procedure. She no longer has to do any medications to breathe, so she gets a much more restful night's sleep. And a short little office procedure, and have somebody that feels like it's totally changed their life means the world.
It's a permanent improvement on the quality of your life.
Back here as the Cyclones lead at 7-0 over Peoria Heights. Glad you're alongside us here for TSSR Game Time Live. More sports action, of course, coming your way. And like I said, it'll be a full week of games. I know as we round down into the end of the regular season. And it has gone a lot quicker than, well, we're out. Quinn with the ball inbounds, trying to get away. Sullivan able to poke it away. Dribbling up here, she'll challenge Ramsey. Shot knocked away, and Sellner down with it. Sellner trying to get out of there with it. And back will come Quinn. Quinn lost a handle on it. Hodges up to Sullivan. Sullivan puts it up, puts it in, and good. 9-0. Inbounds to Menchaca. Tried to throw it. Quinn pulls it down. Menchaca up to Thornton. Thornton going to work on McGrew, dribbling up. Dumps it down there for Sellner. Sellner lost hand on it, and then off of the hands of Ashlyn Kelly and out of bounds. So we'll stay here. Coming back in will be Harmon. As she'll set it up. JoJo's Gaming Parlor offers the best gaming experience in McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink, chance to take home a nice wad of cash right at JoJo's, 776 North Cole Street, Bushnell. Thornton trying to get herself out of trouble. To Ramsey, stolen away by Sullivan. Sullivan in the lane, up and good. 11-0 lead here for the Cyclones. Thornton over to Harmon. Harmon works it up for Sellner, out to Thornton. Down to the corner, Menchaca. Menchaca to Thornton. Thornton puts it on the floor, dribbles a little bit, coming toward the lane, goes up, and tapped out of bounds by Peyton McGrew. So it'll stay here. 3:26 left to go, first quarter. Cyclones in control here. As we go along here, glad you're alongside all of us here at TSSR Game Time Live. Inbounds comes to Menchaca to Thornton. Thornton cross courts it for Harmon. Harmon puts it on the floor, bouncing back over to Thornton. Thought about the three, put it down. Passes to Harmon. Harmon gets a pick from Ramsey. Working here, coming in the corner. Menchaca on the way, shoots it, no good. Sullivan able to pick it away. Sullivan dribbling in the lane. And his foul. No, traveled with it, they say. This West Prairie game stream made possible by McDonough Telephone's fiber internet. Buffering means suffering. So kick slow Wi-Fi to the curb and connect to your home with MTC's fiber internet to get blazing fast Wi-Fi speeds up to 1 gig. Sign up at mtcfiber.net. Harmon breaking the pressure here, dribbling down on McGrew. Got herself trapped, and a nice job by Josie Hodges. Kelly up with it to Sullivan. Sullivan looking up the court, looking at McGrew. Dribbles up, bounces out to McClure. McClure sets herself, three on the way. And a sports corner three for Madison McClure. Makes it 14-0. Menchaca with it now. Picks up her dribble, loses it. Sullivan coming out of there with it. Dribbles in on Ramsey, goes up, puts it up and in and good. Into Harmon, up quickly to Thornton. Thornton Lobs it up to Harmon. Harmon driving down, puts up shot, won't get it to go. Rebound tip. Kelly down with it, off to Sullivan. Sullivan walks it up here, coming over to Hodges. Hodges looks in at McGrew. Peyton McGrew back out to Sullivan. Backs up, pops the three, no good. McGrew the rebound. Tell you what, kind of expecting your old coach to say, shoot the ball when you got it on the rebound there. 18-0, Cyclones on top as Thornton comes back the other way, nearly lost it. To the Ramsey, she'll shoot shot, won't go. Rebound Thornton, she'll be fouled underneath. So with 1:25 left to go here in this first quarter of play, 18-0, Cyclones on top. Free throw by Thornton is good. So the Patriots on the board. Burke's back into the game. Will set herself at Thornton will set herself at the line. Free throw, no good. Little short. So 18-1. Hodges will trigger it in here to Sullivan. Comes on the way, comes over the near side of the timeline, looks, lobs it over to Hodges. Hodges looking in at Kelly, out to Sullivan. Sullivan dribbling down. Shot no good. Rebound, McGrew up with it. No good, and the rebound off the hands of Thornton and Burks. And it'll be with West Prairie. And again, when I've talked about this a lot in our broadcast, people scream over the back. Why Peyton McGrew was not, was there was no contact made by Burks. Sullivan, three, good. Sports Corner, three. Makes it 21-1. Quinn up with it to Thornton. Thornton breaking away from everybody. Puts it up. Can't get it to go. Gets her own rebound. Puts it up. Missed it again. Got her own rebound again. Yes! And it counts. So Thornton able to get the bucket. And up at the free throw line will be Thornton. Haley Hendricks will check in. As Peyton McGrew will go out. Thornton sets herself, tries to put the fourth point up on the board. The free throw is good. Now the Patriots get the three-point play. Sullivan comes back the other way. Over to Hodges. Hodges tried to bounce it into Hendricks. Could not. It'll stay with West Prairie on the deflection. And now Hodges will trigger it in. Comes into Sullivan. Sullivan open. Three's a little short. Rebound tipped. Kelly had it for a second. And now Quinn out of there with it for the Patriots. Ramsey went to get it. Had a wide open break, but couldn't gather it in. They'll turn it back over to West Prairie. Hodges in with it to Sullivan as we work down to 35 seconds left to go here in this first quarter. Sullivan up, spots the long three. It is no good. And the rebound tipped around. Hodges down there with it to Hendricks. Hendricks goes up, and she'll be fouled by Burks. Hendricks with a good, strong move there. She'll be up at the free throw line to shoot two. Free throw a little bit off to the side. She'll set herself in again. We'll ready the second one. And that one will roll home and in. 22-4, Cyclones lead it here. Into Sellner. Sellner walks it up. Try to get it into Thornton, stolen by Sullivan, and she'll be fouled by Ramsey. And that Hodges will trigger in, 16.8 seconds left. Sullivan has it poked away by Ramsey. Over to Hodges. Hodges working down and back out to Sullivan. She'll pop the three, no good. Burks with the rebound. And that'll be the end of the first quarter play. 22-4, the Cyclones leading it here over the Peoria Heights Patriots. Let this take this time out on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
At Western Illinois University, Leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
McDonough District Hospital provided such quality health care for us. As we delivered our first child, it was a no-brainer for us to come back for the delivery of our second, and we're very excited to have such a great staff that will be here for us. We could have walked in with the clothes on our back and they would have had everything that we need, which I think is very important for the community.
The facilities are fantastic, state of the art, just put us at ease knowing that anything that she needed we were gonna be able to get, and we couldn't ask for anything more.
Back here as we get the second quarter underway, Quinn able to get it past Sullivan. And now they bring it in the lane. Quinn bouncing it down for Burks. Burks in a lot of trouble. Tries to get herself out of trouble. And we've got a jump ball. Possession arrow will stay with Peoria Heights. And actually, the possession arrow should have said West Prairie. So the Cyclones will get it up 22-4. As they'll come up here, bring it in the corner. Madison McClure holding on, a bounce, gives it back out on the pass to Sullivan. Down in the corner for Hodges, in for Hendricks. Back to Sullivan, down to McClure. They work it around, out to Sullivan. Sullivan over, and Hodges can't corral that one. Turns it over, it'll bring it back over to Peoria Heights. Thornton. They're going to get it inbounds. Got to get in somewhere. Lobs it over for Quinn. Quinn able to get a hold of it. Well, fight for it on the floor. Ramsey out of there with it. Up to Thornton. And Thornton will put it on the floor, looking to dribble. Over to Ramsey. Ramsey bouncing in the lane. Fakes. Was coming to Sellner. It is Thornton, Sellner, Burks, Quinn, and Thornton. Thornton with a couple hands. Ramsey out there as well. Quinn holds, tries to get in and traveled as she went to take off with it. So Harmon will check back in. 6:58 mark here this first quarter play. Your farm is your legacy as the leading farm insurer. Country Financial is here to help protect it. Call Brett Powell, your local country rep, at 309-652-3889 for a free quote today. Near steal by Harmon on the pass. Sullivan able to recover it. She'll pull up, pop the three, and get the sports corner three. 25-4, they lead it now. Inbounds to Harmon. Harmon working it up to Sullivan. Sullivan with the steal, up and in and good. 27-4. Harmon lobbing it up for Burks. Burks for Quinn. Quinn will back her way across half court. Lose the handle on it. Burks gathers it, gives it to Thornton. And they'll set it up in the corner. Sellner puts up shot, no good. Rebound fought for, tipped out of bounds off of Sellner. It'll come back over to West Prairie. Sullivan walks it up here. Looks out to Kelly, into Hendricks. As Hendricks draws the foul on Burks. Hodges will trigger in. To Sullivan, 3 on the way, no good, and the rebound off the hands of Thornton or Quinn. Come back in, 27-4. Sullivan tried to load it to Kelly, had it tapped away. Hendrickson had it taken away by Thornton. Thornton gonna get herself out of trouble and come back the other way here. Thornton over to Quinn. Quinn holds onto it, gives a look. Couple dribbles over to Harmon. Harmon 3 on the way. It's no good. And the rebound, Burke's able to put it up and put it in. 27-6. Sullivan quickly up the floor to the far side. Gives it out to Kelly. Ashlyn Kelly. 3 is good. Sports Corner 3, Ashlyn Kelly. And makes it 30-6. Into Quinn. Quinn fighting for it as she and Sullivan tie it up. And it'll be Peoria Heights basketball. Located in the heart of Walnut Grove and in business since 1974, Ryden Farm Supply can meet all your needs for LP seed, fertilizer, and farm chemicals. Their LP service unmatched in this area, and as a customer, they'll take care of you. Give them a call at 309-772-3121. Hodges with the steal on the pass from Thornton, and now she gets kind of crushed in the middle there. They try to take it back away. And now they will bring it in. 4:57 left to go here in this first half of play. Sullivan up, over to Kelly. Kelly into Hendricks. Hendricks making a move. That one partially tipped by Burks. And out of there with it, she'll cut. Quinn tried to get up to Sellner, threw it out of bounds. They'll turn it back over to West Prairie. Peyton McGrew's going to check in here. Well, actually, she'll check in next dead ball as Hodges up with it to Sullivan. Sullivan down to Kelly. Kelly spotting another 3. No good. Rebound. McClure went after it. Quinn able to keep her off of it. And here comes Peoria Heights. As Quinn dribbles up top, tried to get it down to Sellner. Stolen away by Sullivan. Sullivan in the lane, goes up, puts it up and in and good. Makes it 32-6. Sullivan again the steal on the inbound. Shoots shot. Got it. 34-6. They'll bring it in into Burks. Back to Sellner. Sellner will dribble it up here for Peoria Heights. Coming over to Quinn. Quinn getting herself out of trouble. Escapes Sullivan. And then dribbles into Hodges and Kelly. They'll turn it over. And Peyton McGrew going to check in. Haley Hendricks will check out. Mason Shipman's going to check in here in just a moment. She will replace McClure. .354 left to go here in this first half of play. Cyclones with the lead. As Sullivan will dribble it up. Fakes, brings it over to Ashlyn Kelly. She looked in at McGrew. Over to Hodges, down for Shipman. Shipman giving a look, cross courts it for Kelly. Up to Sullivan. Sullivan tried to get it inside, and Quinn able to bother McGrew enough, and they turned it over. Cyclones dropping back on the pressure a little bit, as Quinn will walk it up now for the Peoria Heights Patriots. Down 34-6 here, 3:25 left to go in the first half. Harmon with the dribble. Fakes, holds it above her head, gives it to Thornton. Thornton down for Menchaca. Couple of bounces, wanted to come into Thornton, and it turned over. Sullivan up the court, drives in, puts it up, missed it. McGrew the rebound, she missed it. Gets it back, puts it up, and puts it in. 36-6, Cyclones. Harmon to Quinn, back to Harmon. They hold it out here. Tuvik tried to throw it into Thornton. Stolen away by Sullivan. And they'll set up the defense. 2-3 put on here now by the Peoria Heights Patriots. Shipman above her head, gives a look into Sullivan, who moved into the high post. To Hodges, fakes, comes out to Shipman. Shipman driving lane, puts it up, won't go, and the rebound pulled down there by Quinn. Quinn up to Harmon. Harmon over to Menchaca. Menchaca throwing it cross court through Shipman's hands to Thornton. She'll pop the turnaround three, no good. And McGrew the rebound for the Cyclones. Down to 2:10 and rolling here in the second quarter play. Up for Hodges. She'll fake and bring it to Shipman. Shipman toes the three, no good. Rebound tipped in the corner. Menchaca trying to save it in. Sullivan's got it. She'll pop the three, no good. And Harmon out of there with it. Got a foul on a Shipman, I think, from behind. So they'll bring it in with 1:50 left in this first half. Harmon up as she walks it up the court here. Slowing down with 1:45 left. Dribbling toward the near side. Tried to lob it down to Thornton and threw it out of bounds. Turns it back over to the Patriots. Or turns it back over to the Cyclones, rather. Up to Kelly. Kelly swinging to Hodges. Hodges out for Shipman. Shipman waits and works with a fake. Back to Shipman. Shipman cross courts it to Kelly. Kelly in the lane for Sullivan. Sullivan has her pass tapped away. Got to make a bounce pass into the post area there. As Quinn goes to work, fires it over to Harmon. Harmon in the lane for Thornton. Thornton looking to work on Kelly. Comes to Quinn. Quinn driving lane and stepped on the end line. Turns it over. Good defense by JoJo Hodges. And now they'll bring it back the other way. And the Patriots going to put on a little pressure. Into Sullivan. Sullivan up to Kelly. Quickly down to McGrew. Puts it up. Gets it to go. Peyton McGrew dropping it in and good. 38-6. Lead now for the Cyclones. Under a minute we go in the first half. Harmon tried to bounce it to Quinn. Does. Quinn looking on the handle, driving down the lane, and jump ball. Possessioner, we'll say West Prairie. The Patriots having a lot of trouble working it around here. Kelly holds it on. Brings over to Sullivan, over to Hodges. Hodges lobbing back over to Sullivan. Sullivan bounced down to Kelly. Cross courts it. Harmon nearly took it away. Hodges able to recover it. Up to Sullivan. Three on the way. It is no good. And Ashlyn Kelly the rebound. Tried to get it in lane to Shipman. Harmon once again getting her hand up. Menchaca able to take it away. Off to Harmon. Harmon's got 10 seconds left here to work it. Try to get a shot off here. Comes to Quinn. Quinn. Dribble in there. Hold on to it. A three with two with one. Throws it. And no good at the end of the first half of play. 38-6 in favor of the Cyclones here. We're going to stop on off with an interview that Mr. Dwayne Hulett had to some of our fine folks at MDH. We'll stop on with that and then be back for halftime or the third quarter coming up in just a moment. This is TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH.
And welcome back. I'm here with Emily Alden now. And Emily, patient advocate, is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
That sounds like a title that encompasses a whole lot. Let's first put it in simple words if you can, and then we'll kind of go in depth with it a little bit.
Yes, as the patient advocate, there is a lot to do in the role, but it's a fantastic opportunity. So generally speaking, I will help patients. I will talk about the service that they have here and just in general measure the patient experience for the entire organization.
Well, speaking of knowing the entire organization, kind of the theme has been everybody knows everybody at MDH because you're a smaller rural hospital, even though MDH offers a lot. You literally have to probably know everybody or most everybody because you need to know what each thing's going to happen if that patient's dealing with it.
Yes, that's very true. When I first stepped into the role about a year ago, it was really an interesting and fantastic opportunity to get to know all of the departments, how they work together and individually, and just to see the well-oiled machine.
Well, patient care, obviously, at a hospital is key. You're a key part of that. What is it about patient care at MDH that makes MDH special?
Service excellence internally to provide the best patient care is top of mind here for all of our staff across every single level, every single department, and the organization as a whole. It's a big focus. So we make sure that we take care of our patients and that they have the best experience possible. We're very open to feedback. We always want to improve in areas that we can improve. So we always have open ears. We always appreciate the feedback that we receive.
You are working with all departments. And when a patient comes in, let's say they come into the ER and then they come to ICU and then they go to the floor, your job kind of is to let the patients know what you can do, right? Or what you offer, or what they can do. Am I missing that? Is that correct?
Yes, actually, our case management department is instrumental with that side of things. Every once in a while, I'll step in and just check in on patients, see how their experience overall is going, to collect that feedback and see if we can implement any changes to make it even better.
So you deal with patients in so many different departments, and really they can go all the way from getting here in the ER to physical therapy on the way out, right?
Yes, absolutely. So MDH has a lot to offer our patients. So while you're here, if you're just running in for some outpatient tests, whether it's lab work or visiting our radiology department, convenience clinic, visiting your primary care provider over at MDH Family Clinic, emergency room, labor and delivery. There's so many different departments that work so well together, and our team is a family. The organization in itself is a family, and so everybody does a great job at trying to understand what departments do that aren't their own, so that way we can make it a seamless experience for our patients.
Well, and then as a patient advocate, right, you just kind of all that together and look at it, right, and then see, as patient A comes through, what can we do to make patient B, who might follow them, a little bit better next time?
Absolutely.
So as you do that, what kind of things do you look for? I mean, what I would imagine with MDH, as it continues to improve, you start looking for smaller things, right? So the obvious things are maybe gone. So then you start looking at little things to make the sometimes the worst experience of their life, right, a little bit better as they work through.
Yes, most definitely. So you never know what kind of day somebody's having when they walk through our doors, and you don't know what they're necessarily here for. So it's important to keep an open mind and take a look at what can we ask them that's specific to their experience. Why are they here? Comfort them and make sure that we ask the right questions so that we can purposefully pull out information that we can work on.
Yeah, and I think we've talked a lot about different things from different people. You're, besides Bill, the CEO, you're the one person that kind of helps with, like, it gets your hands in a little bit of everything as far as the patient is concerned. Everybody's talked about it being a family, and you've even mentioned it being a family. Does the fact that everybody knows everybody, as far as employees, from the CEO down to the CNAs, does that kind of make your job a little bit easier?
Absolutely. When you're a family, you care about each other, and we are all here for one purpose, and that is to provide the best experience for our patients that we possibly can. So when you are a tight-knit family, it's just great to be, we're a community, a family, a community, and we are here to serve our patients. And when everybody has that one purpose, it's a great feeling.
Well, Emily, I appreciate you stopping and talking to us, and keep fighting for the patients.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much.
We'll be back after this.
Sometimes the best healing happens at home. MDH Home Healthcare provides skilled services to children or adults in need of nursing or therapy services. MDH Home Healthcare covers McDonough County and portions of Fulton, Hancock, Schuyler, and Warren counties. Specialized expertise in wound care, IV medication administration, medication teaching, and orthopedic care is available to patients in their own home. Visit MDH.org to learn more about home healthcare. The care you need, the comfort of home.
Eastern Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
Slide it back to make room for whatever you're storing. Or pull it forward and use it as an additional full-depth shelf. Make room for ingredients of all sizes.
It's hard to stop a train.
And we are back here getting ready for the third quarter of play. Cyclones leading it 38-6 here at the half. Leading the way, Madeline Sullivan has dropped home quite a few. Cyclones have used a little bit of pressure to make the Patriots' life miserable, and done a good job as well on defense. Got some good shots to roll here. We will see the Cyclone ladies again coming up on Saturday at 4 o'clock. As they will take on the Payson-Seymour Lady Indians for a chance to head to the semifinals of regional play. In case you didn't know, folks, IHSA, the way they do regionals anymore is they have the first round games, or what you'd call the quarterfinal games, at the higher seeds home. Thank you. Whew. Forgot I should need one of those sneeze filters, but whew. And we get it underway here. It'll be Quinn, Harmon, Ramsey, Thornton, and Burks on the floor for Peoria Heights. Harmon going to dribble it up here. Bounces down for Burks. Burks holds above her head. Flips it out to Harmon. Harmon dribbling in. Fires it up. No good. Little hard off the backboard. And up to Quinn, over to Harmon. Harmon to Thornton. Thornton thought the three, pulls it down. Cyclones have dropped into man. Trying to get in. They get into Thornton. Thornton dribbling on McGrew. Just kind of bumped her out of the way. Puts it up and in and good. Able to put her head down and head to the basket. Cuts the lead to 38-8. Sullivan over to Hodges. Hodges a bounce. Bounces back to Sullivan. Sullivan spots three. Rolls out no good. And a fight for it on the floor. They're going to stay with Peoria Heights. Quinn a little slow getting up off the floor. And Quinn a little wobbly. She comes off the floor here, maybe hit her head. 7:10 mark of this third quarter play. Come back here the other way as Hodges will look to trigger it inbounds. Hodges ready, looks it into Sullivan. Sullivan down on the corner for McClure. McClure, sports corner three is good. Drops in and good, 41-8. As Harmon bounces it out there, waits, holds, comes down to Menchaca. Menchaca for Burks. Burks, as McGrew able to rip it away, ties it up here, and it will come back the other way as the Cyclones will have it. As my daughter steals another mint. That's what you heard the smack earlier. Trying to keep her out of there. In the lane to McGrew. Out it comes. Over, swinging around. Hodges bounces, kicks out to Sullivan. A bounce. Lost it. Tapped it over to McClure. McClure throws it away as Thornton able to pick it off. Out to Harmon. Harmon comes down to Burks. Burks up to Menchaca. Menchaca to Harmon. Harmon getting into Thornton. Thornton dribbling it down, scooped it up. That's one for Mr. Castleberry off the underside of the rim. And back will come the Cyclones to McGrew. McGrew puts it up. Can't get it to go, but she'll be fouled. And now McGrew. McGrew ready to put it up and on the way. Free throw, no good. Selner will come in, replacing Ramsey for Peoria Heights. And now McGrew will set herself. Free throws on the way. A little high, no good. And the rebound tapped out of bounds by Thornton. It'll go over to West Prairie. Or actually, Peoria Heights will have it. Harmon walks it up here. Over to Menchaca, into Thornton. Thornton, out it comes. Menchaca will try the three. Got it! A sports corner three for the Patriots, and they make it 41-11. 5:40 left in this third quarter. Ashlyn Kelly passes for Hodges. Hodges gives a look at Sullivan. Down in the corner, McClure will spot the three again. Rings it up. Sports corner three for Madison McClure. 44-11 lead. 5:20 clock rolling here in this third quarter of play. As Harmon works. And Harmon, a little too much gas on that one. Lobbed it out of bounds. Turns it over to West Prairie. Hodges on the drive here. Over to Sullivan. Sullivan over to Hodges. Passes down for McClure. McClure will load it up again. Got another one. Madison McClure lighting it up. That is her third of this quarter, 47-11. And 4:50 left to go here in this third quarter. Cyclones lighting it up with the sports corner threes. Harmon out top with it. Bouncing for Thornton. Thornton, a bounce, gives it over to Menchaca, threw it out. Hodges taps it away. And Menchaca down with it. He lost the handle on it, comes down to Selner. She'll put it up and put it in. Patriots starting to score a little bit here. Make it 47-13. Hodges down in the corner to McClure. McClure bouncing into Peyton McGrew. She's fouled from behind by Thornton. And it'll be Cyclone ball underneath the near side of the free throw lane. Lob out for Sullivan. Sullivan toes the three. That one no good. And the rebound, Selner down. Trying to get it out of there. Off to Harmon, and Harmon will walk it up. Burks holds over to Harmon. Harmon dribbling down the far side. Bounces to Menchaca. She'll dribble it around out top here. Pick it up. Throw it. Nice pass into Thornton, who puts it up and puts it in. 47-15. Madeline Sullivan dribbles it up here for West Prairie. To Hodges. To McClure, gives a bounce. Over to, not sure whether that was Kelly or Sullivan that she was passing it to. Substitution making her first appearance in the contest, R.J. Jones, a sophomore. (47-15), 3.5 left to go here in this third quarter. And Menchaca was trying to pass it down to Jones. The problem was Jones was not quite aware of that. Cyclones walk it up here. Josie Hodges coming over to Sullivan. Sullivan cross coordinate to McClure. McClure open again. Three no good. And Sullivan chases it down in the corner. Sullivan driving in, lays it up, no good. Rebound tipped around. Selner out of there with it. Off to Harmon, and Harmon dribbles it up to Menchaca. Menchaca in the lane, trying to come to Thornton on her outside hand to load her up. Couldn't get it. Ramsey coming in. Menchaca going out for Peoria Heights. 2:50 left to go here, third quarter. Back they'll come the other way here as Hodges dribbles up, looks, comes to Sullivan. Sullivan lobs underneath. McGrew up with it, can't get it to go. Got her own rebound and fouled on the rebound. Peyton McGrew will step it up here to the free throw line. She'll set herself at the line. Ready's the first one. Up and on the way. It is no good. Just rattled in and out. Ashlyn Kelly will come up. Mason Shipman will come in. McGrew. And that one a little bit short, but Sullivan right there to rebound it off the rim. Spots up the open shot and knocks it home. Big night for Madeline Sullivan here tonight, 49-15 lead for the Cyclones. And another steal. Josie Hodges loops it up to Sullivan. Sullivan in the corner. Open three, pops it, no good. Rebound, McClure down with it. She'll put it up, miss it. And the rebound down in the hands of Harmon. Harmon will walk us under 2 minutes left to go here, third quarter, 49-15 lead for the Cyclones. Sullivan in the ear steal. Harmon able to get it back. Off to Shipman. Shipman up to Sullivan. Sullivan dribbles in, shoots and got it. 51-15. As the Patriots come back to work. Looping it over. Sellner had it go through her hands and out of bounds and back over to West Prairie. Haley Hendricks and Emily Martin will check in. Peyton McGrew and Madeline Sullivan will go out for West Prairie. Hodges works it up here. Dribbles down. Was going to throw it out to Martin, and Martin wasn't where she was expecting. Turns it over, and they will bring it in now. Harmon walks it up here. We'll have Janelle Heaton making her first appearance coming up in a moment. Harmon picking up her dribble, needs some help for Thornton. Thornton over to Sellner. Sellner dribbling down, comes to Jones. Jones with a fake, and she'll work herself out of trouble. Bounces it up to Harmon, who gets it at half court. Walks it down here, lobs in the lane, tried to get it into Thornton, couldn't, and lobbed it out of bounds. 51-15 lead here, a minute left in this third quarter. And now Janelle Heaton in, and Josie Hodges comes out for West Prairie. Shipman will come across the timeline now. 2-3 zone put on here, actually 3-2 zone put on here by Peoria Heights. Three-pointer up, no good, a little short. Hendricks got the rebound, couldn't quite get it up and around the rim. And back they'll come the other way. 40 seconds left in the third quarter. Sellner puts it on the floor, shoots shot, won't go. And the rebound corralled by Haley Hendricks. Off to Martin, over to Shipman. Shipman works it up here, see if they work for one shot as Shipman works it to Martin. Martin over to Shipman. Shipman above her head. Looks for McClure in the corner. McClure nearly had it picked away. Back to Shipman. Shipman. Couple bounces. Looking to drive in the lane. Loops it up. Won't go. Hendricks the rebound. She'll put it up. Can't get it to go. And Shipman the rebound. 2.4 seconds left to go. Braylon Reeves will come in. Madison McClure will go out for West Prairie. Shipman catches, throws, got it at the buzzer. Or got it with .3. That was a pretty quick And that will do it. The third quarter of play in the books, 51 or 54. 53 to 15, the lead here for the West Prairie Cyclones in a 3. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. And we are back here, 53 to 15, as fourth quarter underway. It'll be Sellner, Harmon, also Ramsey, Thornton, and Jones on the floor for Peoria Heights. It is Reeves, Martin, Hendricks, Heaton, and Shipman for the Cyclones. Sellner with it in the lane to Thornton. Thornton out for Ramsey. Ramsey kind of bunny hopped as she went to pass it and turns it over. Reeves brings it in to Shipman, and Mason Shipman will walk it up now. Comes up. He's got a 2-3 zone. Martin wide open. 3 on the way. No good. Rebound Sellner down and gets it off to Harmon. Harmon leads the charge up the court here. Slows. Comes back to Sellner. Sellner puts it on the floor. Over to Ramsey. Ramsey into Thornton. Thornton trying to get away from trouble, and Emily Martin's going to commit the personal. Little bit too grabby under there. Had the right idea. And now Peoria Heights going to trigger it in. Into Thornton. Thornton working on Shipman. Dribbles down. Dumps to Ramsey. Ramsey puts it up. Won't go. Thornton a rebound. She'll put it up. Can't get it. And Janelle Heaton out of there with the board. Heaton off to Shipman. Shipman up quickly up the near side. 6:45. Clock rolling here. Fourth quarter. Over to Martin. Martin. Back to Shipman. In the lane, Heaton. Heaton puts up the shot. Got it on the bank. And Janelle Heaton knocks it home here for the Cyclones. That's going to bring back Harmon. Harmon up top. Bounces to Sellner. Sellner in the lane to Thornton. Thornton. Nice move in there. Got it. Yes, and the foul. Burks will check in. Menchaca coming in as well. Harmon and Jones going out for Peoria Heights. As Thornton will be at the free throw line trying to complete the three-point play, the old-fashioned kind. Free throw is good. 55 to 18. Emily Martin at the throttle now here for the Cyclones as she'll dribble it up. Kind of clearing Mason Shipman ahead of her. Swings it to Reeves. Reeves a fake. Back to Martin. Martin over to Shipman. Shipman bouncing into Heaton. Back to Shipman. Couple of dribbles. She'll go in. Won't get it to stick. And the rebound tipped out of bounds by Thornton. It'll stay here with West Prairie. Martin. Waiting into Shipman. Shipman a couple bounces. Shoot shot. Thornton with a block. And Sellner gets it out of there. Janelle Heaton will get the reach-in foul there. 5:07 left to go here in the ball game. And a 55 to 18 lead. Menchaca is trying to go in the lane for Thornton. I don't think Thornton knew that was coming. And turn it over here. Back will come Mason Shipman. Shipman walking up. And a little outside there. Turns it over. Back over to Peoria Heights. And now Menchaca up with it. Dribbles it over the timeline here. 4.5. Clock rolling here. 55 to 18. Cyclones playing a 3-2 zone. Sellner into Thornton. Pushing her way in on Hendricks. Puts it up and in and good. Makes it 55 to 20. Shipman out top, trying to lobs it down to Heaton, into the hands of Hendricks, out to Martin. Martin will toe up for the 3. That one is good. A sports corner 3 for Emily Martin. 58 to 20. Counting down here, Thornton over to Sellner. Sellner stolen away by Reeves. Braylon Reeves with the steal. Looking up the court, drives in, shoots shot, won't get it. And Menchaca pulls it out of there. Martin, well, it was a friendly hug anyway. The problem is the reach around hug, not exactly. And now Menchaca a little slow to get up here. Harmon's going to replace her. Charlie Kindhart going to come in as well for the Cyclones now. Harmon walks it up now. 3 minutes left to go here in this one. As Harmon walks it up here. Cyclones in the 2-3 zone. Selner with it. She'll put up the 3. Won't go. Rebound Heaton down. And Heaton will bounce it off to Mason Shipman. Mason Shipman dribbles it here now as she comes across half court. As Kindhart and Martin on the wing. Bounce into Heaton. Heaton to Kindhart. Out to Shipman and down for Hendricks. Hendricks had to go corral that one. Back out to Shipman. Shipman a bounce. Wheeling in the lane. Hands it off to Heaton. Out to Kindhart. Over to Martin. Over to Shipman. Shipman looking in the paint for Hendricks. Hendricks couldn't hang on to it. Down to Selner. Over to Thornton. Working down toward 2 minutes left here. As Thornton brings it out to Harmon. Harmon will step up. Spot a 3. That one little shy of the mark. Ramsey tried to jump to get it. Valiant effort. Just couldn't quite come up with it. Emily Martin out as Addie Stanberry will check in for the Cyclones now. And Shipman with it. 1:55. Clock rolling here. As Shipman will pump up the long 3. No good. Rebound. Bounces around. Kindart had it and then lost out of bounds. It'll go to Peoria Heights. And again, the rest of the schedule for this week for West Prairie. Of course, we don't know the snowpocalypse expected to hit tomorrow. But we will be back here Friday night, boys versus Unity. Saturday we'll have a pair senior day coming up for as Thornton gets fouled by Hendricks. We'll have senior day. Actually, Charlie Kindart picking up the foul. We'll have a senior day for Caden Little. That coming at 1 o'clock. And then at 4 o'clock it'll be Payson taking on the West Prairie Cyclones. Girls Wise. As Thornton spots it at the line, free throw will not go. And she'll be up for the second one. And sets herself at the line, ready to put it on the wing. Free throw is good. As Stanberry brings it into Shipman. And they work it up. Haley Hendricks with it. Fakes. Has it poked away by Harmon. Heaton able to recover it. Knocked away. Fight for it on the floor. And Thornton has it with 25 seconds left to go here. The Patriots work it up. 58-21 lead over for Ramsey. Ramsey loops it in the lane. Tipped. Stolen around. Thornton gets it back. And works this under 15 seconds left. Ramsey shot on the way. No good. Rebound tipped around. Kindhart down with it. And that is pretty much going to do it here as Shipman will hold on to it. Cyclones win it 58-21 over the Peoria Heights Patriots. Thanks for tuning us in, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for turning us on. That's going to wrap it up for us. We'll see you coming up on Friday. This has been TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.